Welcome back. By the time this week's episode, The Story of Us, arrived in 1999, marriage and family counseling in America had evolved from, have you tried praying about it, to maybe just don't fight. What began as advice and well-meaning chats in church basements has since evolved into a full-blown system-oriented profession with licensures, journals, acronyms, and at least one bookshelf full of laminated genograms. Mid-century family systems thinkers revolutionized the field with a simple but destabilizing idea. Maybe the problem isn't one difficult spouse. Maybe it's the pattern. Marital conflict wasn't pathology living inside one person. It was a dance, like we saw Ben and Katie perform on their vacation in Italy. A repetitive, maddeningly, oddly well choreographed dance. By the late 20th century, clinicians were trained to see arguments not as isolated explosions, but as exchanges shaped by history, roles, and unspoken rules. As the profession institutionalized with graduate programs, supervision hours, and a shared vocabulary, Hollywood, ever observant, took note. These ideas filtered into pop culture, giving The Story of Us a structure for depicting either repair or stalemate, but with better lighting. And The Story of Us absolutely uses that structure. Its intercut flashbacks and present-day scenes feel like a cinematic case review. Here's the presenting problem. Here's the origin story. Here's the pattern that looked small at year 2 and catastrophic at year 15. Tiny moments accumulate, jokes curdle, needs go unmet, distance grows. It's basically systemic assessment with a soundtrack. And Ben and Katie cycle through therapists who offer different interpretations of their marriage depending on which theoretical camp trained them. One hears communication deficits, other sees attachment wounds. And if you've ever sat in a waiting room flipping through outdated magazines, wondering which school of thought you're about to meet, the film captures that roulette wheel perfectly. And those schools didn't appear overnight. In the late 19th and early 20th century, guidance came from clergy, settlement homes, and early social workers responding to urbanization, immigration, and shifting family roles. Meanwhile, psychiatrists and psychoanalysts, heavily influenced by European thinkers, introduced talk therapy focused on individual psychopathology. The implicit message, if the marriage is struggling, perhaps someone's unconscious is misbehaving. By the 1920s through the 1940s, as divorce rates rose and domestic expectations shifted, marriage counselors emerged from social work, psychology, and psychiatry. Clinics opened, courses multiplied, self-help manuals promised harmony with bullet points. After World War II, suburbanization and generational ennui set the stage for a new insight. Maybe the issue isn't just intrapsychic, maybe it's relational. Post-war clinicians began mapping family systems, examining roles, alliances, and boundaries. Then the 1960s and 70s accelerated everything. The sexual revolution challenged norms. University programs formalized family therapy as a distinct field. And following the return of Vietnam veterans, expanded services through the VA and community mental health systems increased demand for trained clinicians. The field matured quickly, theory meeting necessity. By the 1980s, professionalization was in full swing. Organizations like the American Association for Marriage and Family Therapy advocated standards, ethics, and specialized licensure. States formalized credentials, graduate curricula standardized, therapists became officially therapists, not just insightful neighbors with comfortable couches. Now, by the time Ben and Katie land on all of those couches, the field had spent over a century refining and redefining its tools. Increasingly, therapy emphasized measurable outcomes, prevention, and eventually technology-associated access. Yes, the same discipline that once required a fainting couch now offers telehealth. Now, what makes the story of us resonate is that it borrows this evolved clinical lens. It sees marriage as not just a fairy tale derailed, but as an evolving system shaped by history, habits, expectations, and culture. Ben and Katie's struggles feel deeply personal and strangely archetypal because that's exactly how systemic therapy understands them. Your fight about the dishwasher is never just about the dishwasher. And honestly, after 140 years of clergy counsel, Freudian couches, structural diagrams, CBT worksheets, and outcome measures, one truth remains refreshingly consistent. We all need help sometimes. Whatever form of therapy helps you and the people you love, pursue it. As Stephen Dubner puts it, take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else. That, in the end, may be the real story of us. So go ahead and give the subscribe button a feint so that you never miss a thing. We truly appreciate our listeners, our viewers, and supporters. Be sure to subscribe to the Real Relationships podcast on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get podcasts. And be sure to follow us on all of the socials. We are on YouTube, Blue Sky, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you soon.